Hello and welcome back. I'm so excited to start the next junk journal project with me on my channel. This is the January junk journal project kit that I've had available in my Etsy shop. It is still available in my Etsy shop if anyone wants to go ahead and order the kit. I have reduced the price on the kit and I have a free shipping coupon for anybody who sees this video. I will put the coupon down in the description box below so you can use that to purchase this kit, and it should work if you add anything else from my shop to that order as well, but it'd be free shipping, plus I've just reduced the price just a little bit so that I can get the rest of these kits to a good home. So today we're going to work on the cover, but we're also going to skip ahead a little bit and coffee dye some of the pages. Since we're going to be coffee dyeing the cover, that will save us some time further on. So if you've already purchased a kit, you may either have it or it is on its way, because all of the kits have been shipped out, and if it's not here yet, today, Monday the 15th, is a holiday, so there's no mail today, so you may, maybe a couple days if you haven't got it, so make sure you add this to your watch later, and as soon as you get it, pull it out and start. I also just want to say one more thing before we get into it. I am in the middle of planning the February project kit, and it's going to be kind of a mixed media journal kit, so that should be fun. And I think you'll definitely want to stay tuned for updates on that. Okay, so let's get going. Pull out your cover from your kit, or if you do not have a kit and you're just making this with supplies that you already have on hand, we're doing a 5x7 cardstock cover journal. So find 110-pound cardstock, and I'm using an ivory or a cream color. You could use any color you want to. Cut it to 5x7, so 10 by 7. This is 5 by 7 here, and that's what we have. So we're going to start out by coffee dyeing this to give it some age. This is a vintage music and roses kit, so we want to add some aged look to this. I have an old yucky tray bin that I use for coffee dyeing because it kind of catches the extra spray. So I'm going to show you, you can do lots of different techniques. This is just a quick technique if you don't want to turn on the oven, if you don't want, to deal with dipping and all that. So I have some coffee in a spray bottle here, and all I'm going to do is just kind of spray it on. And I'm going to let it set for just a second so that it kind of soaks in just a little bit. I have an old white rag t-shirt here, and I'm just going to kind of blot off a little bit of the extra. And I can either, like, if you're busy, go ahead and just walk away and come back tomorrow. If you want to just go ahead and get it done though, pull out a heat gun or a hair dryer and just, well, I thought I was plugged in here and it doesn't look like I am. Hold on, let me plug my thing in here. There we go. So pardon the noise while I do this. So if you don't overspray it and soak it, it doesn't take much to dry it. This is just slightly damp, but that won't affect anything. Now, while you have your coffee out, pull the cover away and pull out your white pages. They're white copy paper, and then there's digital stamping on them. So if you purchase the kit, you should have one of each of these, and I think I cut them to all 5x7, which is the same size as the cover. So I don't know if you may want to trim the edges just a little bit, like a 1/4 inch or so that they fit in there. You can check and see how that works. I think they're all cut to 5x7. If you're following along and you haven't bought the kit and you're not expecting or wanting to buy the kit, this is just 20-pound copy paper, and then an image printed on a corner of the paper. And I found these images. I believe these are all from the Old Design Shop on her free website. So you can search for Old Design Shop, and these are some images on there, or whatever images you have that you'd like, or you can just use the plain white paper and, you know, not print anything on it. So this is what, since we're not going to be actually working with the pages today, we're just going to do something and set it aside since we have the coffee out. So we're going to set this here and then just kind of spray over it. And I did use an inkjet printer, so some of this ink might move and run a little bit. That's fine. I like that look. So nothing's bad or wrong if that's happened. And then I just put the next one on it, spray it a little bit, and I'm just going to stack them up. I do this when I don't need them right away, because I can just leave them for a day or two and come back and they're dried. Usually, actually, if there's only 4 pages here, they should be good in an hour. But you can go ahead and take a heat gun or something to it, or put it in the oven, dip it, whatever you want to do. So we're going to set these aside and pull them out in the next episode. So we're done with that. Let's go back to our cover. All right. Now the cover, the edges here are a little bit curled up from the coffee and the heat. Don't worry about that at all. As we put the pages in and the closure and all that, that won't even be a problem. So if it really bugs you, you can go ahead and like put it under heavy books for a few hours. I actually tried that when I made my prototype one, and it didn't do much because this was 110-pound cardstock, so you could iron it. But I found that the best thing to do was just to keep making the book, and it kind of remedied itself. So what we're going to do is, I have a drawer here behind me. I'm digging out my ink. All right, so I have some gold ink, and I would suggest you use a brown or a gold or something like that. And I'm just going to finish the edges with the ink here to give that a finished look. Now we've took just a simple plain cardstock to the next level by finishing the edges off like that. And if you want to, you can run the ink pad along the spine as well. So there's the base for our cover. Now let's decorate. All right, so you should have gotten this exclusive image. The only way you can get this image is to buy the kit. I designed this. I took a stock photograph of a rose from Pixabay, where you can get free photos, and then I put it through a program that I think it's one of the ones I purchased on my iPad that kind of turns it into a painting. And then I put music notes, faded music notes, into the background of the rose. And so I made this specifically for this kit, and I think it is absolutely gorgeous. Now, if you purchase this kit, you do get one of these, and I don't mind at all if you copy it. It doesn't bother me. So I'm not really stinky about that. But the only way you can get it is to purchase the kit. And if you love it enough to actually want the digital copy of it, then just email me or give me your email when you purchase the kit, and I'll make sure I just email it over to you for free so you can have it, because it really is that pretty. But again, exclusive to purchasing the kit. All right, so I've talked enough. Let's move on. So you're going to pull your image out, and and I did print it on presentation paper. If you did not buy the kit, let me just zoom in so we can see a little bit better. You can just get any picture of a rose or music notes, or whatever you think goes well with it. And then I have a little mini book page from a book on roses. I love the color already, and we're only going to use half the page. You could use the whole page, you could do whatever you wanted, but you got a whole page. And so let's get started. We're going to grab a pair of scissors, and we're going to grab some glue, and we're going to, I love the ripped effect, so we are just going to rip as carefully as we can around the image. It kind of makes it less squarish. It kind of makes it look more distressed and vintage. If you've been watching me on YouTube for any length of time, you know I rip a lot of my stuff. And then I'm taking that same gold, and again, if you don't have gold, brown would be perfect. Even a pink would be gorgeous. And I'm taking that same gold and just making the edges kind of golden. And this is just a Hobby Lobby Stampabilities Gold. It's $2.99, and if you buy them when they're 50% off, it's just $1.50. I will say that I don't feel like the gold pad has that much ink. It's not a super vibrant gold, but it's great for projects like this. I want to try a couple other brands. If you guys have any suggestions of gold ink pads that you love, please let me know, because I'm a sucker for gold. All right, so there we got that. And then our book page. So now we're going to figure out, I actually, for this one, I'm going to keep the whole page. If you saw my promo video for this, you saw that I cut the page in half, and you can really do it any way you want. So I also have a green ink. This is a cheap junk. I bought it on Amazon. It's like, I think it's just like Chinese made. I'm not necessarily recommending it. I'm just using it. A green, and I'm just going to kind of edge this in green. Again, you can use the same gold, you can use brown, you can use pink, whatever color you feel, or you could just leave it the way it is. All right, so now we have some glue, and I'm using the Tombow Mono Aqua Glue, and I'm just going to glue around the edges and in the middle. And thank you to Jessica from over at I'm a Cool Mom for putting this in her November Junk Chunk kit, because I was so excited to have a chance to use it since I couldn't find it at a local store. Since then, I found it at a store the next town over, but yeah, that's quite a drive. So there we go. There's our music back, or our rose page background. Now we're going to layer this on it. Again, we're just going to add glue to the edges. Now, this is not a sewing machine tutorial. Normally I would do stitching. This is no sewing except the pamphlet stitch for the binding involved. I will be doing a journal at sometime, maybe March or April, where we will have like a sewing, we'll do sewing, and then you can either use your own sewing machine, or if you don't have a sewing machine, you can pay slightly more for the kit to have me do all the stitching in the kit before I send it to you. So we have that, and then you should have received a button, and you can either use the button I sent you, or if there's another button that you like better. And then we're just going to find some place where we like it, add some glue. I suggest hot glue, not this glue. This glue works pretty well for buttons overall. I've had some problems with it, but I just don't have my glue gun plugged in here. So I would suggest that you use your glue gun. So there is our cover. Yay. We are going to be doing the pages in our next journal. I love how this came out. Please join my Facebook group if you haven't already, Nevermore Creations, Junk Journals, and Friends, and post what your cover looks like so far. And we will continue to work on this together. Have a wonderful day.